And here we go. Welcome everyone to another episode of MythCraft Legends, a convergence of cults. MythCraft livestream with our Patreon legends. It's a little bit of a lighter crew tonight. We had a couple people who couldn't make this one, but we'll just go down the line. Camera is mirrored, starting with Corey.
Melizor shoulder. Oh god. Sometimes we just have to talk things out a little bit.
Blair.
Hi, I'm playing Book, and unfortunately in real life I am currently puppy sitting for an 8-week-old puppy, so if I get up and run out of frame with no explanation, that's why.
Dan.
Quentin, I don't like fighting for sport.
And Maggie.
I'm Eve, and yeah, no, the talking, the less fighting, all sounds great. Right?
That's right. And I'm your Mythcrafter, Nathan. Last time on MythCraft Legends, you journeyed to Nanak's home conclave of Arling. You met with the leader of the conclave, an elderly fire elemental named Blaze. You engaged in combat for sport, much to the chagrin of some of you, against the champion of Arling, Samson, a rhino gorilla centaur gladiator. And now you have convinced the conclave of Arling to join your coalition against the dreaded monstrous horde of Nihilor, the elder wyvern that is creating despair everywhere it goes. So you're on your way northwest, or what passes for northwest in the Everwilds, to join or to talk with first Stoll and then Lyra, two more conclaves in the local vicinity. Before you all set out, though, I want to offer time and space if any of you have additional items you want to tend to before setting out from the conclave of Arling. Nanak has decided to stay behind with Arling. Arling has decided to negotiate with one of the other conclaves. The particular is escaping me right now. Zanir. They're going to be negotiating with Zanir on your behalf while you go on your other ventures. So Nanak is staying behind to help out with that.
Thanks, Nanak.
That's awfully kind.
We did help him beat his largest rival.
Oh, I guess we did, didn't we?
Seriously.
Yeah, so your new friends in Arling will be heading south to speak with their allies in Zanir. That is likely to cause complications once you get up to Wolven, and you can hear a few of the Wolvens in the distance. And based on your current plan, unless you all decide to change things and do a rug pull on me, the plan was to go to Stoll and then to Lyra.
Yeah, what if we were all just actually camping? Let's just camp, Nathan.
Just
no,
camp?
We wouldn't,
Yeah.
wouldn't do that to you.
I mean, we're going back and forth across this river a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe I should build some bridges.
Fair.
There's no time like the present. I mean, if we're there.
May as well.
Depending on the width of the river, I may be able to expedite that part anyway.
I mean, have you seen Quentin's bridges? They're quite good.
I imagine they're excellent. However, the question is, do we have time?
I have seen this man build a very large bridge in hours, where most people would think it would take days.
All right.
That's awfully kind. But if it's going to be anything more than just temporary, I can't really do a rush job. I could get us across, yes, quickly if need be. But it depends on how sturdy and sound and long-lasting we need this to be.
Duke would mention, I think we should stick to the plan. I am really excited to meet the Conclave of Stole.
Oh, I mean, Stole is definitely the best thing for us to do first. I just wonder, crossing the river over to Lyra and then crossing it again over to Wolven, would it not be faster and more efficient for us to go from Stole to Wolven and then cross back over? I don't know.
I believe there was a specific reason we were thinking that, and it's escaping me at the moment.
Wolven is actively at war with Zanir, and Zanir and Arling are allies, so Wolven could pose more of a challenge than some of the other conclaves.
Oh, right. We wanted to approach them from a position of strength.
Yeah, no, okay, that makes sense. I knew there was a reason, I just couldn't fully remember.
The more we have gathered behind us, I think, the better chances with Wolven we may have. Yes.
Alright. Well, off to Stole then.
All right. You set out for Stole. It's going to take you a variable number of days, given the nature of the Everwilds and the way that time and space are not as concrete as they are in the physical world. So you spend, let's see. Oh my god, I'll do it this way.
Oof.
You spend about 10 hours hiking from Arling before you reach the river. The river is relatively wide. Wide enough that you could, if you had a boat, you could row across it, but not so wide that building a bridge is entirely infeasible.
Just out of curiosity, can we get some feet on that wideness?
We'll call it 140 feet.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, we have some guides with us, right? Some people from
Elvendor, yeah.
Elvendor. I think Quentin's gonna turn to one of them. Well, just a curiosity, how do you usually navigate the river?
Sorry, Corey, there's some background noise that's relatively distracting. I don't know if it's the wrong mic or something, but picking something up pretty loudly. Yeah, the elves that are with you, they would say, typically if we travel for some number of hours, north or south, either direction along the riverbank, we come across some fallen trees or rocky outcroppings, something that shortens the distance a little bit, and then we take a running start.
Oh, that's fancy. Is that usually the most expedient?
I mean, no, I imagine a boat would be faster, but given that we usually live inland, we don't often have boats.
Quentin's gonna look around. Is there any trees that look like they're about ready to fall, or any fallen trees nearby?
Yeah, give me either an awareness or an intellect.
How would you take, like, perceiving?
Sure.
Okay, that was pretty good.
I'd say so. Yeah, there's a tree that is about 145 feet tall that looks about ready to fall over.
Do we want to do this the fast way, or do we want to knock a tree down?
I think this one just needs a little coaxing. And Quentin's going to head over to that tree and start giving it like little shakes to see if he could get it to fall more naturally by itself.
Yeah, go ahead and make a strength check.
Okay. Uh, 15.
Yeah, I mean, it's already, it's very tall, very dead. It's slightly uprooted. I don't think it takes a tremendous amount of work to get it a little bit more unstable. You have a large number of goats that are traveling with you. Alan, I think, is able to wrangle them and put them to work, and the tree does fall.
If it's already dead, does it look like it could support the weight of some of our larger members?
It does. It does.
Or the horde of goats.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, I mean, the real question is, did you hear it?
Yeah, there's a bunch of people around.
Okay. Good. Then yes, it is able to support you.
I think once Quentin's able to get it knocked over with the goat's aid, he's going to turn to one of the guides. Did you want to show us that running start?
Think about the gray elves from the beginning of The Lord of the Rings. They're very serene, but one of them gives like a crack of a half smile and then just takes off running across the tree.
All right, now that that's over, do you all want me to portal us across, or...
I'm never going to get a chance to use ice stairs.
Is it too far, or...
No, we have a tree. Why would I waste magic on it?
Fair.
Yes.
Fair.
That's what I'm saying. We went to all that work already with the tree. It may as well just cross with it.
I didn't know if we were just doing it for a bit to watch him try to jump across a river. Because I'm not going to be able to jump that far.
I think it almost goes the whole way. There's only like 5 feet you gotta make.
Again, I don't think I'm going to be able to jump that far.
Climb on my back. I'll give us a little hopsy over there.
No, I'll be fine. Just didn't want to get wet.
It's okay. I've got this one. When we get to the end, anyone who doesn't want to risk jumping, I got a thing.
It's all about the expedient start. You gotta get your speed up, like that guy did.
I don't run very well. I thought we established this a few times.
Maybe run is a strong word. Why don't we jog?
Ugh.
I didn't go to magic school so that I could do athletics.
I mean, shoot yourselves.
I mean, I think the real question is it worth spending spell points to get your boots muddy? Because that's what it's coming down to. The width of the tree is basically the same as the width of the river. There's just the bank on each side of the river.
I think you misunderstand. Is it worth spell points to do this in style?
Okay. If that's the real question, then it is up to you to answer it appropriately.
So, yes, anyone who doesn't want to make the jump, when we get to the end of the tree, I will cast ice stairs so that we can elegantly walk down to the bank.
I mean, you do you. I suggest not wasting the resources. But okay.
I mean, is it really wasting? No, we'll see what happens.
No,
This
you
is,
definitely won't need those spell points later.
That's right, because we're just going to be talking, Nathan said.
I mean, that's all
And
I
I
ever
would-
do is talk.
Oh, Duke, I think they're having cold feet. You wanna show them what it's like to do a runny jump?
Nice. Okay. I'll let me see what I can do here. I don't think Duke is very strong, but he's gonna give it his best.
Duke's motto.
Duke is significantly stronger than Melozok.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, he makes it. It's a clumsy landing, but he doesn't fall over or anything.
Quentin's clapping.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. That's the seed. Just like that.
And for anyone watching on stream, yes, Duke is listed in the familiars sub-tab.
I noticed that.
Yeah, you're all able to make it over. Some of you more stylistically than others. And now that
think-
you're on,
I think Quentin will go like relatively like next, and then stand in the mud and muck and like help catch and toss people who aren't gonna quite make it across the muddy part. And he's in sandals still, so his
Yeah.
toes are down in the mud.
there's a Star Wars quote somewhere in there. I don't like mud. It's squishy and soft. It gets everywhere. Okay, you're able to ford the river. You're able to cross the river with minimal offense to any of your clothing. And you're on the western side of the bank now, pushing deeper into the forest. And I'm going to do another time-space roll here. Okay, it's going to be another like 12 hours, give or take, before you reach the outskirts of Stole. Night
We've
would
been
be-
walking for so long.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think-
night would be approaching, so I would imagine it's time for
Oh yeah.
breaking for camp.
Yeah, we best not overexert ourselves. Come now, let's find a safe place to hunker in for the night.
I agree. My feet are killing me. Oh, why did we agree to walk?
Should get Book to make you some of those ice stairs, and you could just like stand on them for a little while. Maybe that'd help.
Probably.
Look back and see how quickly they're melting, which is very quickly.
Well, especially given that there are a number of elves from Elfendor accompanying you, I'm not going to worry about watching shifts or anything. At this point in this area of the Everwilds, there certainly are dangerous creatures, but none that are brave or foolhardy or powerful enough to attack a full encampment of travelers.
And goats.
And goats, yes.
The goats are really the
That's really the deterrent, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next day comes, the air is fresh, it brings on the wind a scent of some kind of pleasant aroma that I think would register a little bit differently to each of you. It might be lilac or rose or cinnamon, based on a natural, either herbal or floral scent that would be pleasing to you. And as you go about breaking down camp, each of you would feel overtaken by a wave of pure, unadulterated emotion. Something, I think, stronger than any of you have ever felt out of the blue before. I wouldn't say stronger than, like, key moments where you've really gotten into an argument or a reconciliation with a friend or a loved one, or gotten a good or bad diagnosis on behalf of a friend or family member. Like, you've had periods of very intense emotion before, but never just out of the blue like this. Completely unprompted. And so I would love for each of you to make charisma checks.
just straight charisma.
Yeah, just straight charisma.
All right.
All right. So this is going to affect Book the most strongly. Is that and
Oh, it rolled for me twice. All right, so yeah,
gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so it's going to affect Book the most strongly. Each of you will experience these emotions for about a minute. It will stick with Book for the better part of an hour, though. And could each of you roll a d6 for me to determine the emotion? Okay, I mean, this is not as interesting as it could have been. Melazog, for about a minute, you are sullen. Book and Quentin, for respectively an hour and a minute, you are overcome with joy. And Eve, for about a minute, you're just completely ecstatic.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
What?
I cannot believe we made it this far. It's I know I felt like a lot last night, but gosh, this is just great.
I mean, the stars were incredible last night, and it's a beautiful day today. This is splendiferous. Yes, that's the word.
I don't know. I think I slept on a weird rock. My neck kind of hurts.
Are your feet any better?
Yeah, for now, till we start walking again.
Well, isn't that just a joyous endeavor? You're already doing better.
Book is pointedly not saying anything.
Okay.
She's clearly existing entirely in her own headspace at the moment.
Uh-huh.
And just enjoying life at the moment, and trying to blot these people out.
The other night, I don't think I actually mentioned it. I thought it, but I don't think I mentioned it, Melozog. But one of the greatest decisions I ever made was saying yes to you asking me to come along. So, thank you. This is all so much. I'm touched. Yeah, really, I was. So thank you.
You're welcome. We need you. Is it time to go yet?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
You ate all your breakfast? Yeah, I see you a little bit left on your plate. You better finish that. We've got a long hike ahead of us. You need your nourishment.
Fine.
Amazing. As you get back on the road, making your way through the forest, you would the environment would be similar to the American South or Southern Midwest. Think very humid, a wide mixture of trees, lots of deciduous, but definitely interspersed with no shortage of coniferous trees as well. A lot of dense undergrowth, but with the elvish scouts that are accompanying you, they're used to this and they're pretty good at finding the path of least resistance around or when necessary through the tangle of briars and ferns and other layers of undergrowth in these woods. It certainly would feel like a very different environment than the more frigid boreal environment that you're used to around Chasm Claw. Moreover, it's also pretty swampy, and so there would be times where you especially Quentin in sandals are suddenly ankle deep or a few inches up your shins in water. Book, if you want to ice stairs over some of this, then by all means you're able to do so.
Ice stairsing over a specific obstacle is very, very cheap. Ice staring is a casual way of getting by puddles. It's very expensive, very fast.
Yep.
Besides, I'm sitting in a trunk.
Oh, right. That's right. So you're
Blissed the hell out.
I love that. You see the sunlight like filtering through the leaves, and it's just it's an almost psychedelic effect as you're just in your steamer trunk and it's cruising along through the forest. As you continue pressing in through the woods, just a reminder that the Everwilds is a strange mishmash of environments and elements and emotions, and so while the elves off this plane seem right at home, there's definitely the occasional incongruity. There's a lake that has a little crust of ice. There's a patch that looks almost like a heavily scrubby desert. Like the patches of briar suddenly give way to tumbleweeds, and then there's a stretch of like rocky sand, and then you're back in the main forest. It's predominantly forest, but there's the occasional outlier. After some time, as you are continuing to walk, I'd love for each of you to make a luck check.
Uh-oh.
On the travel, will Melazog be able to grab a leaf of some kind?
Sure.
He's gonna press that into the manuscripts.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
the entire time he is writing.
Nice.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Uh-huh. Delightful. Okay, so the steamer chest is walking along with Book inside of it, and cool. Some of you would hear like a crunchy, like ticking noise, like, and then a jet of fire leaps up from the ground, scouring the steamer chest and Book inside it. Book, I'm going to make an attack targeting your fortitude.
Oh god, it's a fire swamp.
It's going to be a 15.
Well, meets it beats it, so no, that hits.
All right. It's going to be 5 fire damage. And the elvish guides just look back and say, "Oh, I suppose you've never been in a fire swamp before."
No, will you describe to me the effects of a fire swamp?
Well, it's a swamp, and occasionally there's fire.
But I was looking and I saw a little patch of ice. I'm confused. How is the ice making?
Oh, well, that was back there, but now we're in a fire swamp.
Oh, right.
Are there any other obstacles to be concerned of in a fire swamp? I don't know. It's like sinking sand, or I don't know.
Fire chickens.
Rodents of unusual size.
Well, sinking sand is primarily something you find in the desert here in the Everwilds, and rodents of unusual size, I don't think they exist. I need you to all roll initiative, please.
I'm so excited right now.
Great.
I'm so happy right now.
All right, let's see. What was Quentin?
5.
And Eve?
23.
Nice. And Book?
18.
Nice. All All right, and then any pre-initiative actions, troubadour bonus?
Hate that.
Yes. So I actually did Alan's a little wrong. I need to add 6 to that.
Okay.
So he's at 11 instead. And then I'm going to give the +4 because I did roll a d4 and it was a 4 to book.
All right, and that will boost book up to 22. All right. So there are a number of rodents of various sizes, including unusual, and the goats and the elves will be primarily taking care of those. So there's a larger battle going on here, like a. Okay, so there's a dire rat. There's a swarm of rats. Imagine a swarm of dire rats of unusual size. That's what they're taking care of.
Don't like it. Don't like
That
it
actually
at all.
sounds like a really fun stat block. I might have to write that and circle back and have you fight it later. But for today, while they're taking care of that, there are some incarnations of emotion that are approaching you, feeding off of the malaise of the rats, and there's also a I guess amphibious mammalian, like aquatic mammal looking thing, but it's like patches of fish scales and patches of matted fur. Think catfish and beaver mashed together, Avatar The Last Airbender style, but then made like really large and ugly and scary looking. And yeah, so seeing all of that, Eve followed by Book, take us away.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see. This is awful. What direction are we even trying to be heading in? We're trying to go like
West-ish, yeah.
west-ish. Okay. So we're gonna go that way. What? Okay. Eve is going to do what Eve does best, which is just move. It's usually her first MO. So this is just like a big bush, right? Or a big tree.
Yeah, so each of these, there's like the fallen trees, anything where you don't see the trunk, imagine that it's a tree with the trunk in roughly the center of it. So you can stand under it.
Okay.
You can like imagine where the center of the tree is. If you're behind that, then you have a little bit of cover from any ranged attacks coming in that direction.
Okay. I think then what Eve would do is just move to back over behind that tree. Not quite that far.
Sure.
And then just carry over what AP she has just to try and get a little closer, but also set herself up for success the next go
Sure.
around. And
Sounds
just
good.
this doesn't look good. It's not good over there, guys.
And that'll bring us to Book.
All right. How tall is this tree that's sort of right next, the one that's not knocked down, that's right next to me?
That tree. I'll always remember that one episode of the Homebrew where they're just like, it's the size of a tree. This tree is 27 feet tall. It's not a very big tree.
No, but it gives a bit of should give a bit of a line of sight.
Yeah.
And so I will take 2 AP to there we go. Get to top of tree.
Mhm.
It's 25, which I think it should be. Okay. Can I see the dredger at the moment?
The dredger, yes, you
Okay.
can. It was trying to be sneaky. It's doing the thing where like the crocodile peeks its just eyes and nose over the water, or at least it thinks it's doing that, but it's actually like head and shoulders out of the water.
Okay. What else can I actually see from here?
You know, from where you are on that tree right now, I don't think you can see the other creatures. You can see the rat swarm elven goat battle going on over behind you, but I don't think you can see the rest of them right now.
No, that is fine. I will. I'm going to frostbite on the dredger.
Okay.
Did we establish that pop-outs are working again?
Yes, they should be. Well, but the dice aren't.
They're not working well. Yeah.
I'm apparently still drugged. So I am going to. That was 2. One. Yeah. Let's try one more time.
Okay.
Oh God. Does an 11 hit? What is it? Is it 4? I think it's fortitude.
It's not quite going to hit fortitude, no.
All right. Well, that's me. Man, I'm so glad I got that bonus to initiative. It's such a huge
The dredger moves pitifully slowly when it's on land. So it's going to swim up to the edge of this pond it's in, hop out, and then how many actions? Can take one more action. It's going to move again, getting up to the fallen tree, and that is the dredger's turn. The Gloom Whisperers with the first of two. Book you would see as a creature that looks made of shadow and sadness crawls from underneath the boughs of this tree, and then gets up right directly under you. And then it just starts singing. And the melody it sings drains your blood of all of its warmth. Everyone in a 30-foot radius is going to be the target of this attack, so that should hit Eve. Oh, nice. That's everyone.
Dude.
That's all.
This is going to be against your willpower. 12 against each person's willpower.
That will hit Alan.
That does not hit Quentin.
Mrs. Eve.
Nope.
Also Mrs. Duke. And Mrs. Melizog?
Yes, it misses Melizog.
Alright, so only Alan is going to take some psychic damage and be demoralized until the end of his next turn. 8 psychic damage.
Okay.
And then it's Melizog followed by Alan. Corey, are you good with 2 PC turns in a row, or do you want me to
Yeah,
swap
I'm fine
Alan
with it.
and Duke? Okay, cool.
I'm good with it. So starting with Melizog is going to use 1 AP to move here. He's gonna grumble about nobody having a specialized weapon that they like to use. He's gonna touch Alan and he's gonna hasten Alan.
Okay.
Here you go. You will. Oh God! Yeah, you're gonna have to beat them. I have faith in you.
Yeah, Alan is our specialized weapon.
Yes, I don't like treating my friends like objects, Quentin.
Oh, sorry. Oh, goodness.
And then I will end Melizog's turn with 1 AP.
Okay.
At the beginning of Alan's turn, I'm going to grant him an additional AP.
Nice.
So I think he'll be starting with. Should have looked at this first. He'll be starting with functionally, depending on how I do things, 12 AP. At which point I'm going to cast Jagged Bones. Alright, wait, I gotta do this first. The beginning of his turn. He's going to take 2 damage.
Yeah. Gotta love that armor.
Jesse's willingness to die. Anyway. Then I will cast Jagged Bones. And which potions did he say he has Crab? He's going to drink his potion of Bullish Strength, and then cast Boorish Savagery on himself. God, okay. And still have 5 AP left over.
Yep.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use 1 AP to... would this give me flanking with Book, even though Book is up in the air?
I'm gonna say no because Book isn't adjacent to the creature.
Okay, completely fair. So if I did my math right, it'll look like this. So first attack with Jagged Bones. Dirty 20 to hit.
Absolutely.
That was... Yeah, okay, that was an 8 on the die.
Yeah, I mean we're getting up there in level. I'm gonna have to start pulling out the stops. Yes, that hits.
No.
Sister, you don't have to.
I'm gonna choose to start pulling out the stops.
Well, that's just rude. That's just rude.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with throwing us a couple easy ones now and then. Sometimes it's fun.
For only 17 damage.
Only.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can do this 3 more times.
Yep.
This
was an attack with the claws, right?
Yes.
Okay.
25.
Yep. Oh, he's got DR. Hang on. Okay, still a chunk of his health, just not quite as bad. That first one.
17
Okay.
damage.
Same roll. Yep. He's bloodied.
Okay. Third attack. 21, which
That's
I
a
know
hit.
hits.
Yep. 17 more damage. Ah, I was trying.
19 more damage.
Okay.
And if he's still alive, one last attack. 23.
I don't think he'll be alive after he takes this damage.
For 17 damage again.
Yeah,
I
and
rolled
even with
that.
his damage reduction, he just looks over at Alan and he whispers, "Gloom," and then he dies.
And then that will be the end of Alan's turn.
All right, that'll bring us to Duke and then Quentin, and then my last two guys. So Duke is, let's see, he can move and make 2 attacks. He will run up next to Eve, and then hold out his hand and conjure his psychic dagger that he's been using. As he does, he touches the side of his head and winces a little bit because he touches where there's just an abrasion covering half of his face from his run-in with Samson. But he seems in good spirits despite that. He throws out his mind knife at the dredger. And a 17 will hit for 7 psychic, and I'll do that one more time. And a 13 also hits for 7 more. Bringing us to Quentin.
Yeah, Quentin is going to spend 3 AP to activate his aura of protection, giving everyone within 10 feet of him +1 to their mental defenses.
Nice.
And then he's going to use his other 2 AP to call forth his familiar, his burb. And it's with it, he's going to fly himself forward. You go 30 feet. So he's going to go here. That way, I don't think he gets everybody, but he gets quite a few people in his aura now.
Yeah. Well, Book is more than 10 feet up, so Book
Right,
will be
yeah.
excluded as well. Yeah.
But it'll be Duke and
And Alan.
Alan right now.
Also, you
And you're in a nice.
you need to
yeah,
worry
central-
about my mental defenses.
Okay. And that'll be it.
Perfect. All right, we've got the final Gloom Whisperer who just saw their kin get shredded by Alan. They are unhappy about that. The Gloom Whisperer is going to skulk over under this tree. Actually, no, it's not. It's I think in range from there. It is just going to gaze deep into Alan's soul and project a nightmare. It's going to be against Alan's will on a hit. Now, he does get that +1 from Quentin, but if this hits, then Alan will flash back and no longer see the fire swamp. For a moment, he'll be back in Fjordenhaven outside of Oops and Dudden with Willie the were-coyote watching the stampede of cattle that destroy the port town of Oops and Dudden. That is a 21 versus will.
I think you have over tripled his willpower.
Alan is blinded, shaken, and stunned until the end of his next turn.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah. And finally, our friend up here, the Despair Fae. This is a creature that looks vaguely reptilian, humanoid in shape, reptilian in like skin composition, long claws, and a face that resembles a Grecian tragedy mask.
Nightmare fuel you've created
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Let's see. And you would notice that as it moves, it's actually just standing upright and floating over the grass, as opposed to crawling or running or anything. So it's just going to hover forward. Move around the tree to loom before Eve, Melizog, and Duke. And then it's going to let out a despairing wail against the logic of each of the three of you. 12 against your logic.
Nope.
Beats it.
All right, and that doesn't quite get Duke either. Eve, you're going to take 5 sonic damage and 7 psychic damage, 12 damage total.
Okay.
That is it for the Despair Fae. That'll bring us back to the top of the initiative order with Eve.
Oh, I hate this thing. I hate this thing so much. God, dark-sided. Just dark-sided. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on. End of initiative order. Let me do this real quick. Awesome. There's 9 of you now. There were 10. One of you got shredded. Or one of me got shredded. 6.
I think one of us did get shredded in the different sense, and then one of you got shredded.
Yeah, right. Nice. Okay, Duke is going to have to make, or rather, this is, the Fire Swamp is going to attack Duke. Forgot to add the +2, but even so, a 5. He hears the clicking, he sidesteps as a jet of fire shoots up. Okay, Eve, back to you.
Okay. I think... Yeah, I'm going to... Here's what I'd like to do, if at all possible. I want to get to the other side of this tree, but like I'd like to climb up so she's like in the branches a little bit.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, these trees are very easy to climb. Your normal move is 20 feet, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it'd count as 10 feet for every 5 feet you move up, just like normal difficult terrain.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so you could get 10 feet vertically for 1 AP.
Okay. What about the getting across? Would that be part of that?
Yeah, we'll wrap that into the same AP. 10 feet diagonally up for 1 AP.
Cool. That's perfect. Because then I think from there, she's going to, she's going to pull out her little kunai thing and like from the branch and try to hit your weird platypus thing.
Yeah.
It's a platypus thing, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Fish, platypus, beaver, amalgam.
Monster. Just
Yeah.
monster. Okay. Oh gosh. All right. Whack. Nope. No, she's not. No, she's not at all. Oh, tons of fun. Okay. So then that would have been. I think she has enough to try it one more time.
I believe
She's
so.
gonna do it. Yeah, well, we're gonna do that one more time because that was so sad. Better. 19.
There you go. Yeah, the dredger is just looking down at the first one like how pathetic, and then the second one strikes into him.
Love it. Okay. For 3 damage.
Yep.
And then she's just gonna sit in her little tree.
All right. And over in another little tree, we've got Book.
Alrighty, I think it didn't work last time, but I did like my plan, so I'm going to try and frostbite the dredger again. Well, for the first time, ideally. God damn it. Does he
Well,
have a fortitude of 10?
his fortitude is greater than 10.
Is it greater than crit?
It's not greater than crit.
I can't crit anyway, it's a spell. So that's this one. So that's 12 damage, and he is chilled,
Nice.
which was the more important part.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, I am going to... Can I see the Despair Fae?
Yes, you can.
I'm going to try and... I'm going to go for chill on him as well. Does a 19 beat his fort?
It does.
So 13 damage and chilled.
Nice.
And I am now going to pass turn, feeling much happier about what I have accomplished here today.
Let's see. Yeah, so that's fully effective, but I think given that you're a very practiced arcanist, you would see or you'd be able to sense that it has a resistance to cold. You just rolled high enough that it wasn't relevant. But cold is typically less effective against these guys.
All right.
Against the gloom whisperers. It seems perfectly effective against the dredger. And speaking of, as the dredger takes the cold damage and is chilled, it just starts hacking. And then it looks up at Eve in the branches of the tree, and then it just lets it all out. Then there's a wave of acidic vomit that this thing launches at you.
Gross. Just so rude and gross.
It's pretty rude, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Just keep
Why do you hate Eve? Why do we hate her? What did she do to you?
So much
Literally
personal.
nothing. Literally nothing. That is going to be 11 blunt, and you are slowed and staggered until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
And that's it for the dredger. He's chilled, so that's all I can do. Melizog and Alan.
Okay. I need to remember that I have that spell from now on, so I can start casting that at the beginning of combat. Anyway.
Quickly, I think you put the damage on the wrong guy. I hit the Despair Fae, not the
Oh, I
Gloom.
apologize. Okay. Well, then you don't know that they're vulnerable to cold, or that they're resistant to cold, rather.
Okay. I will pretend to not know that.
Yep.
I think Melizog will start out by activating Unholy Magic. His eyes turn serpentine. His neck gets kind of scaly. It's starting to creep up onto his chin now. And then he's going to try and blind the Despair Fae.
Okay.
That for some reason was a D8 and not a D12 and not a D20.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. This will be targeting logic. And I rolled worse with a D20.
Yeah. And that's occult, right? Blind.
Yes.
That is not going to connect.
Okay. And then he's going to fire Eldritch Orbs, even though they're not blinded.
Wow.
Yeah, getting an 8 and a 10.
Yeah. Yeah, those sure miss. The Despair Phase Grecian Tragedy mask, just imagine the corners of that sad frown slowly moving up as it watches you miss twice.
Nope.
Yeah. All right. But that's going to be Melizok's turn.
All right.
And Alan. Alan, my good friend Alan. With 1 AP. Yeah.
Yep. Stunned until end of turn. Also blinded and shaken as he's reliving the tragedy of Oops and Deaden.
And hastened. So he's really, really fast. So
Yes,
he's gonna run in a straight line.
Sure. Until he
Right
hits
there.
something that's both scaly and fuzzy.
Pretty much. But
Yeah.
I like the fact you decided to sprint in a straight line while being blind.
Yeah.
I almost
It's very
imagine it
Alan.
more like he's running to try and stop the atrocities he's watching of Oops and Deaden, so he doesn't have to relive it once again.
Nice.
And then all of a sudden he's here in front of this thing.
All right. Damage from armor, HP
Yes.
from yeah.
That is damage from armor. Which didn't even go through the shield HP I had before.
Yep.
And 1 is the same amount of shield HP I had left.
There you go.
So we're net even.
All right. Duke is going to turn and behold the Despair Fae in terror, and then just launch a couple shadow knives at it. And the 14. So this is interesting. It looks like it should hit, but because of resistance to psionic, as the knives connect the to the Despair Phase skin, they just seem to disintegrate. Duke looks disappointed and frightened and runs away. And that will bring us to Quentin, followed by a couple baddies.
Pull yourself together, Duke. You did the expedition run across a big tree. You got this. But saying that, he's going to look and see Quentin is not Quentin, but Alan is in a pretty bad way himself. So he's going to have his bird
Not so much anymore. It was just to the end of his turn.
over here, and we are going to reach out and cast heroism on Alan to
Yeah,
make
he
it
wasn't
so
buff enough.
this can't happen anymore.
Okay.
You
Remind.
you are a person, another object, but also our weapon, Alan. Pull yourself together.
And heroism, besides the shield HP, is there rallied?
Rallied, yeah.
Okay.
And then let's see, that's 3 AP. I still have 2. I think we're gonna send for 2 AP. Quentin's gonna send his herb to go collect Duke and bring Duke up closer back to the group.
Okay.
If we could position him so he's within the 10 feet of and that'll be all of Quentin's AP, and he'll just look over his shoulder. Stay close. I can keep you safe, Duke. You just stay close.
All right. I mean, I was trying to get away from that thing, but then your bird grabbed me and brought me closer back to that thing. But yeah, I'll stay close.
That's it. That's all Quentin could do.
Beautiful. That's going to be the Gloom Whisperer followed by the Despair Fae. The Gloom Whisperer. What's super fun about that nightmarish projection is he can just keep doing it. So he's gonna float across the fiery ground here and then try the same thing on Book. This is against Willpower Book. And that's gonna be a 20.
Oh, I might actually have to check this. I don't have the AP. All right, yeah, that's going to hit.
All right. Blinded, shaken, and stunned until the end of your next turn. As you you find yourself in a or it like as you're blinded, the image that you see around you is something from your ancestry, not something that you were alive for, but it was a mass flight from the region of Norspina as your ancestors are chased out by Dracula and his men.
I'm sort of visualizing like a road with a lot of people on spikes by the side of it.
Yeah. And the Despair Fae will hover up to Melazog.
Just
Burn it
remind
on.
he is chilled. I don't know how many actions.
That's right. Thank you. Yeah, so he's still going to be able... Actually, he can do this from back here. He's going to make 2 claw attacks, which he can do while still being chilled. Thank you. That is less effective than what he was about to do.
I'm hoping.
This is going to be against armor rating Melazog. How's a 7?
You know, surprisingly, a 7 does not hit.
And 16.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. That's going to be 12 psychic damage, and you cannot spend reactive AP until after the start of your next turn.
Okay.
And back to the top of the order, it will be Eve's turn after the Fire Swamp. Melazog, this will be against your reflexes.
Yeah, that'll hit.
16. All right. For 5 fire damage.
Okay.
And that'll bring us back to Eve, up in the tree.
Okay. She's had acid thrown up on her. I'm pretty sure she's been like slowed, stunned, blinded, something else. But right now she can see and move, correct?
She is slowed and staggered. The only one of those that... So slowed is your speed is halved, and staggered is you only gain half the AP that you normally would this turn.
Got it.
So
okay.
you normally gain 3 AP?
Mhm.
Okay, so you just gain 2 this turn.
Heard. Okay. So I think then she is going to do... Since her buddies are like in front of the weird platypus guy, she's going to use her kunai to try and reach like around the tree at this Despair Fae. Okay, easy does it. Easy does it. Would a 12 hit?
A 12 does connect.
Ooh, okay.
Max damage.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And I think since I'm not going to move... Yeah, she can do that again. She's going to do that again.
You had AP carried over from last turn?
I did. It was like
Okay.
1, but it was enough. Although, did that hit? It got 12 again.
It sure did.
Yes. Not mad. as well. Awesome. That is all I believe she can do.
Fantastic. That'll be book and then the platypus thing.
All right, so I'm blinded, stunned, and what?
Blinded, stunned, and shaken.
Shaken. Let me look up shaken.
-2 to attack rolls or d20 rolls.
Ha. Well, that's not going to matter because I can't make attacks this turn. Just stunned. All right, I'm going to roll over my AP. Next turn.
Yeah, reasonable. And you come back to reality. You leave the vision behind just in time to see the dredger, the platypus thing, open its mouth impossibly wide. Its catfish beaver mouth impossibly wide, and it's gonna try to gulp Alan. This will be against Alan's reflexes. No.
Nope.
Yeah. It makes disappointed platypus thing noises and then tries again. There we go. 20 against reflexes.
So okay. I'm going to use one of his abilities and make it target anticipation instead.
Okay.
And a 20 will miss his anticipation with the buff
Alright.
from being right next to yeah.
Yeah. The dredger continues to make disappointed platypus noises, and it will be Malazog's turn, followed by Alan.
Okay. First things first, Malazog's going to attempt to demoralize this Despair Fae.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Getting an 8, but it is a natural 1.
Yeah. Not
Um,
Malazog's night.
it's really not.
It's not anyone's night, really.
Yeah.
A lot of ones.
Then he's going to try and blind the Despair Fae. This time getting a 16 against
Okay.
logic.
That is because that is a cult. It does fizzle as it connects with him.
Okay.
He's not immune to a cult. He does have a fairly high resist to a cult.
Okay. Sweet.
And psychic.
Yep, a cult and psychic.
And then for my last parlay, guys, I think I am fighting the wrong one. And then I'm going to Unholy Eldritch Orb the platypus guy.
Okay.
Getting
There
a
you go.
20 for 8 damage and a 23 for 10.
Those both hit, yeah. Yeah.
I watched that. Wow. All right, and then that will be Melazog's turn.
Okay.
And
And Alan?
yeah, and then it's going to be Alan's turn. He's just going to start punching. But first I have to do the armor damage. Which is right here. 4. Oof, okay.
Nice. Don't you love when the thing that is supposed to stop you from taking damage itself is what deals the most damage to you?
No, actively I don't.
In fact, we've been arguing with him about it for several months now.
Getting a 27 to hit.
Yeah. Dealing at least 3 damage.
Yeah. I think his minimum damage right now is 14.
Yeah. the dredger dies.
And then, okay, so that was one of his 10 functional AP for attacks. So one more to move up here. And then the 10 attacks. Sorry, 9 more attacks.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Got her for a few already, Alan. You should be good.
Does a 21 hit?
A 21. Yes.
They are.
Armor rating and a primal, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
17 damage again.
Yep.
19 to hit.
It still does.
Okay.
You have found one that he is weaker against, which is primal.
For 18 damage.
All right.
$15 to hit.
Meets it, beats it.
Oh, man.
For 20 damage.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
Is it still alive? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Did I still have... How many attacks did I do there? 1, 2.
That was 3 attacks.
Okay. I still have a few more.
Yeah.
So 3, this is 4. That'll hit. $22 damage.
All right.
5. Which will hit.
And we'll deal at least 3 damage.
Yes. Sorry, I had already typed it out and hit enter when you said that.
Yeah, when Alan's online, he's online. He eviscerates that guy. And
I still have
4
more
AP left. Yeah.
Yes. And a 50-foot movement speed. So
Yeah, I mean, why not? 2 AP
run.
to get there.
Yeah, 2 AP to get here, and then 2 attacks.
Yep.
$15 to hit AR.
It does.
For 15 damage.
Okay.
29, I know that'll hit.
Super. Yeah.
For another 21 damage.
All right. That one is bloodied, but still alive.
As Alan just starts jabbing these jagged bones into everything, moving like a blur to continue over things. That'll be his turn.
Incredible.
And
All
see,
right,
Duke,
dude.
that scary one's gone now. No worries.
Yeah, I want you to understand, it's not that I was afraid of it. I just didn't think I was going to be as effective against it because my knives kept disintegrating when they hit it. Anyway, I'm going to
Right,
go
of
hit
course.
this one now.
Yeehaw.
And he does. Cyanide number 1 for 6 damage, and number 2 for 6 and 7. Quentin, you're up.
Quentin gets psychic damage from that.
Yeah, everyone took psychic damage for that.
I think Quentin's gonna have his herb carry him 30 feet down this way. And then he's got to spend 1 AP to keep heroism going. So he's just gonna swing, try and backhand this thing twice.
Sure. A D8. Oh, sorry, that's Melisog.
I'm assuming a 7 doesn't do it, though.
A 7 will not do it.
So he's going to try one more time. Just a 12.
No, not quite.
I don't think I'm effective against this one. Oh no. And that's all of his AP.
All right. And the Gloom Whisperer will turn to Alan and just whisper, "Oops and dead end, oops and dead end," and try to drag him back into the nightmare. It's going to be a 7 against willpower.
You know, but since we have that buff for being...
Within 10 feet of Quentin.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there are any other negatives, because I know you said it's almost impossible for people to miss his willpower. But no, we're good, because I have not done that. Yeah, with that +1, it will not hit.
All right. Quentin, what does it look like for an attack that would normally drag Alan back to one of the worst nights of his life to not do that because of your aura?
I think there's like wisps and flickers of like woven glowing strings around Alan's temples, and then flashes of the symbols that are like red symbols, pretty much the same that are on his shield, flash in front of his eyes to blanket out any of this other nonsense that this thing's trying to drag him into.
Nice. That's awesome. So this thing has 15 hit points left. We're at the end of initiative, so I am going to roll for Fire Swamp damage, but after that I will give it to the party because each of you will get to act again before it gets another chance.
There's a chance of any of us doing 15 points of damage.
Yeah.
Not Quentin, but anyone else.
You could crit.
Well, speaking of Quentin, this is going to be against your reflexes. Only a 7.
No, that will not do it.
Yeah, you hear the clicking, you sidestep, you feel toasty on one side as a jet of fire shoots up. And as the Gloom Whisperer falls, you turn about and you see that your elvish and goat friends have dispelled the swarm of dire rats of unusual size.
It seems like that was that seems like that was particularly effective.
Also, I think now we all are convinced that rodents of a peculiar size do exist, yes?
It really determines what you consider the usual size of a rodent.
Yes, quite.
Have you seen a nutria? They're horrifying.
If a capybara is a usual size for a rodent, then all of those were just slightly larger than capybaras, even though they looked like rats.
Okay. I guess there's no convincing you. You saw the proof with your very own eyes, and you're still missing the truth. So I won't argue.
I'm just saying, look, I understand that where you come from, the world is round, but here we live on a plane of existence that is literally not a planet. So things are different.
Alans, do you want a body? Do you want to carry one of those with you? It might make an impressive weapon. Then
Did you
Alan
say-
could get one of them.
An impressive weapon?
Mm-hmm.
One of
The bodies of the rats.
Of the rats, okay. Okay.
No, we have proof anywhere we go that they exist, because here it is. And Jesse's in chat. It was, yes, I want that.
Yeah, you're able to loot the bodies. There's nothing of value except for the new rat flail that Alan has acquired. And you've got a long walk ahead of you, much to Melazog's chagrin, as you make your way through the remainder of the fire swamp. Given where you're all at, would you want to push to reach the Conclave of Stole before you rest again, or would you go at a little bit more leisurely of a pace?
When you say given how we are, I don't know that any of us took a whole lot of damage.
I don't think any of you took a whole lot of damage. There's that to consider, and there's the urgency of the greater threat that Nihilor might pose.
Right.
Yeah, I think we would push through.
Yeah,
if we're so close.
Okay. Then I will have everyone make endurance checks to see about fatigue. If you have the forced march skill, then definitely include that.
Now, if you're riding,
it's a spell, so it's still like your mental focus. I'm going to say it does not exempt you from the roll.
oh, then can I use a different stat than fortitude if it's a mental focus?
That's fair enough. Yeah.
Like willpower, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean charisma. Yeah.
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 Not my best, but no, not too bad. Yeah. You have any charisma skills that we can Nah, cool.
All right. Yeah, it looks like Eve and Melazog, you're each going to gain fatigue, so 1 death point, and then next time you take a rest, you remove fatigue, but not the death point. And as let's see, you've been hiking for about 12 hours. It's well past dinner time as you see a light in the distance, and having come through the fire swamp, you immediately see a glow, and you think, oh, there's more fires, we should be careful again. But then you realize these are not the like reddish orange color of the flames from the fire swamp. This is a almost a putrescent green in the flames up ahead. And as you approach a little bit more, you see torches that are stuck in the ground on what appear to be staves of femurs tied to one another to create a pole, and then a little nest of tarsal and carpal bones, making a nest where the kindling itself is burning with this sickly green light.
Oh, interesting.
Suppose it's good that they're recycling.
Well,
It makes me feel slightly better about Alan spinning around that rat flail.
what does this mean? Quentin's going to look over at one of our guides.
Well, the people of Stole are... I believe your friend Book referred to them as a death cult. I believe they'd quibble with that particular definition, but they are... they follow the practice of Stole, represented by a... well, the deific iconography represents Stole as a vulture, and they believe that death is inevitable. So make use of this fact. Do not seek out death, but do not turn from it either. Anything can be made useful.
I like that.
All things considered, it could be a lot worse.
Yeah, that's quaint.
I mean, they could just be the type of people to kill everyone. It could be far worse. Okay. Maybe we'll be able to find some rest here tonight.
Only
Duke
one
nods.
way to find out. That's Prashan. Let's go say hello.
If you need any translating, I used to be in a cult, so I can act as a sort of intermediary here. If that
We're
works.
good,
aware.
Duke. Thank
We're
you.
aware. Yeah.
I think we're going to try and avoid using the C word around here.
No, it's just okay. He shouldn't be like so ashamed of who he once was that he has to brought it out. You got to
No,
learn.
I mostly mean in terms of
How we talk about them?
not intimating that our hosts might be part of such an organization.
Well, when Zane was alive, he was always very proud of being a cultist and being the leader of a cult.
Right, but we've been given information that these people do not particularly enjoy that
Right.
connotation, friend.
Right.
They're a community, not a cult.
Commune, not cult, at best.
Well, let's go say hello. Quentin's gonna press on.
Melozog's right next to him, up front.
All right. Yeah, you pass through the perimeter of skeletal tiki torches, and as you get to the proper outskirts of the town, you would see a large town wall made out of a variety of bones, mainly humanoid skulls. Think rows of skulls where there would be bricks, and then occasional pillars of bundles of femurs. Very 28 years later, right? Just structures of bones as you're approaching. We'll pass through the vicinity after our intermission. So it is 8:33 Eastern. Let's say we'll be back at 8:50.
8:50.
See everyone soon.
All right.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm gonna ping Blair real quick. They're probably chasing the puppies around, but we're also entering into roleplay, so it'll be very easy to get back into the flow of things.
Do they have puppies in, where are we? Stroll?
Okay. Sorry. I had all stuff.
Yeah, all good. All right, we're jumping back in. You just reached the outer wall of the conclave of Stoll, and it's all bones and ominous-looking dead things.
Unfortunately, I don't know a huge amount about necromancy because when I made this character, I was asked to not take necromancy because we had enough followers.
We can never have enough followers, but also fair.
I have learned with this group that there will always be more followers. I just have to figure out ways to mechanically or narratively explain why they're just barely off screen each time.
We would be traveling everywhere by mansion if I had necromancy at this point.
Nice. All right, as you approach the gates, there are a couple skeletons that blend in with the wall pretty well, but they jump up as you get closer. And one of them points at you and chatters their teeth a little bit. And then it's hard to tell whether it's magically verbalizing or whether it's telepathically speaking into your mind. You can't quite tell where the voice is coming from. But you get the sense projected into you. It's saying, "State your name and business."
I am Melizog Shava, leader of Quentin's quartet. We come seeking your aid to obliterate the great threat that threatens this area.
Well met, Melizog, leader of Quentin's quartet. My name is Levitor.
I didn't know we were calling ourselves that. Now you made me nervous. But I'm Quentin. Hello, hi.
Also, there's more than 4 of us.
There are only 4 that are always here, though.
It's fair. That's fair.
5, we have Duke.
Yes. We're the Bridge Brigade.
42 if you count the goats.
We do count the goats. So
All right, fine. The Bridge Brigade.
Well met, Bridge Brigade. Do you wish to spend the evening in here to rest?
That would be massively beneficial if you are offering. However, we would enjoy a conversation with your leadership.
Certainly, I will take you to the leadership. I know that the night is dark and full of many scary things. I would advise you to spend your time with us. Please follow me.
Really nice for a skeleton, right? I mean,
Yeah, he's a cheery fellow. I like him. What's your name, sir?
Levitor.
Oh, I like that.
Levitor would shamble deeper into the camp and lead you all into the conclave. You would see the green fire, like bone tiki torches lining different main thoroughfares through the conclave. You would see something similar to, obviously the map assets that I found here look very reminiscent of like World of Warcraft, like the Horde. That's not unfair, but imagine less in the way of like leather and hides and more in the way of bones and twine that are stringing the bones together to make walls of varying thicknesses and durability. Levator would lead you into town, and you'd see several members of the conclave of Stole that are holding skulls upside down with more green flames coming out of them so that they can see. After all, it is past dinner time. It's very dark. There's a sizable gathering around the large green bonfire in the middle of town. You see two people that are very much out of place here. Everyone looks pretty like gothic or flat out undead. There are living people among the Freudian slip, among the conclave of Stole, but many of them are also undead. And there are these two individuals here that are at the campfire, sitting on a giant femur log. It must be the femur of like a mammoth or something. One of them appears to be a water elemental, and the other is some kind of hippo person. Both of them are wearing bright colors, and they have traveling packs. You can surmise that they are also passers through.
Hello, greetings, everyone.
One of the members of Stole will come around the campfire, and she'll say, Greetings, one and all. Welcome to the conclave of Stole. What brings you here on this delightfully dark night?
Honestly, recruitment.
Recruitment? You've come to be recruited into the conclave of Stole?
No, we've come to recruit the conclave of Stole to combat Noshkosh.
I would accept a flyer, however.
A pamphlet?
Yeah, I mean, it already really kind of matches my aesthetic.
I mean, well, certainly not for free, but I think we can arrange to set you up with a small skeletal familiar.
Do like small skeletons.
We are hoping to be able to speak with some leadership here at the Conclave of Stole.
She bows with a flourish. She's human, in her late 20s, early 30s, very gothic looking, like dark lipstick, dark eyeliner, eyeshadow, and all like black and dark red. And she bows with a flourish, spreads her arms, and she says, My name is Epoleza. I am the leader here. I speak for the dead. Actually, no, that's Orga Crux. They're literally the dead speaker. That's their job. But I am the representative of the Conclave of Stole.
Whoa.
It is wonderful to meet you. I am Melizol Shova, leader of the Bridge Brigade.
Well met. Do you think you might be able to convince your goats to stop chewing the bones of that hut over there?
Alan, go get your goats!
I don't think we will. I'm just to be honest. I've watched them the whole walk up here. I'll eat anything.
Oh, very well. As long as it's all going to a good purpose, I'm sure that the goats are taking the proper time to honor and venerate the bones of the fallen that they are munching on.
Absolutely.
Veneration is something goats are famous for.
Quite. Well, welcome. Gather around the campfire.
That's a very nice color fire you've got. I know this is a little sidetrack. We've got a lot to talk about, but how do you get it to be so green?
We use a compound of copper and boron to achieve this color.
Well, it's really nice. I like it. Well,
how do you extract the boron? That is magnificent.
We use a boron extraction ritual, if you must know, but that is a trade secret. I can't reveal the specifics of the ritual unless you join the Conclave of Stoll.
My friend here, Book, there's a possibility. So perhaps he will be able to learn the secret.
I have always wished to delve into the secrets of the fifth element. Boron.
Well, enough on such a boron topic. You're here for matters of recruitment?
Yes.
For the for did you say Noxcog?
Well, I think Corey may have misspoken.
Sure. So Noxcog was the Black Forest, Nihilor was the dragon. Or the
Thank you. Thank you. The Nihilor, the creature that plagues this area.
The elder wyvern of despair and hopelessness.
Yeah, that guy.
That sounds about right.
We are hoping to gather more allies and more support for an attempt at removing the elder worm.
This seems like a very noble cause, and one that the Conclave of Stoll would readily aid you in. Now, understand, I, as the speaker for my people, I am not going to force anyone to fight a war on behalf of another. I'm not going to have them, against their will, pick up swords on behalf of the Bridge Brigade.
Of course.
As your goats are. And as respectful of the dead as they are.
It is less about picking up their swords and taking up arms for our sake than it is about doing it for their own.
Of course, I completely understand that a threat such as Nihilor will eventually come for us all, but you should understand that in one form or another, eventually we all will die. That could be at the hands of Nihilor, or it could be at the hands of someone else.
That
Yes,
is
but
certainly true. May I speak? Is that accept Malzahn?
I'm not stopping anybody from speaking.
Okay, I don't want to step on your feet. The issue here is less that Nihilor is a giant, horrible monster that does terrible things, and more that Nihilor is an existential threat that has ramifications across multiple realms. And at least in our realm, that ramification has great potential to disrupt the cycle of life and death.
I mean, that's what I was going to say anyway. I concur with what Book says. Now, you, from my understanding here at Stoll, aren't about chasing and rushing to death or causing death or letting it. You're more about accepting it. But I think Nihilor breaks that. I think he forces it upon everything, and that seems not you, and this could be a way to help right something you don't quite stand for.
Also, Nihilor is a symptom of a potentially grander threat, one that has its roots deep in the realms of necromancy and, let's just say, non-respectful treatment of the dead.
While that is a grave travesty, do you understand that when death comes for each of us, that is not necessarily something that we are able to foresee with any clarity. All that we can do is be ready and accept it when it comes for the wisdom that it will show us on the other side. She gestures to all of the undead around her.
That is certainly wise and certainly correct on a personal level. We mostly seek to stop it happening on a global level.
Who will be left to respect the dead if none are left behind?
Well, that question, of course, answers itself. There would be none left, but that would be because we have all transcended beyond mortality, yes? That we have all passed into the great beyond.
The ultimate foe we seek to combat here does not seek to simply bring death. He seeks to enslave the dead. And
blasphemy.
Indeed.
Which is why we come forth asking for your support and your people's support. I am more than welcome to have a conversation with each of them and fully explain what is going on. I am not asking you all to send people for no reason other than you are sending them. I am here to help inspire them and discuss with them the things that are happening.
She nods. She says, You make compelling points. While you have my support personally, I will confer with the dead speaker and the ram skull, which is what we call the individual here who leads our troops in battle. That's him over there, Igomon. She gestures to a hulking trollkin who has a shield that has what looks like some kind of mammoth skull pressed into it as the main surface of the shield.
That's a very nice shield. I like it. Look at mine. Mine's really cool too.
Yours is very cool. Igomon thumps his chest. One shield bearer to another. I respect that. Mine I took from a fell beast and pressed into the straps that I now hold on my arm to ward off the fellest blow. It seems that yours was taken from a plant of some kind. Was it an animated plant? Was it the result of a great battle?
I honestly couldn't tell you. The one that raised me apparently found me floating down a river on it as if it was a raft, and it's kind of been with me ever since. So I don't know where it came from.
Inextricably linked to you then. It saved your life from a very young age, and I would imagine, given the knocks and dents on it, it has saved your life many times over since.
Oh, yes, plenty.
On the inevitable day when it finally does not, and you breathe your last, I hope you know that it was a life well lived, and that your story will live on in every ding and notch and scratch on this fine shield. And that perhaps your own soul will live on in your bones even as your flesh sloughs off to be left behind.
I like this. Very poetic.
Thank you. I do practice poetry myself when I'm not on the field of battle. I find that eloquent speeches, that posturing and grand eloquence on the front lines do go a long way in stoking the spirits of your men.
Sorry. Yes. Quentin kind of steps aside to let Melazog have a better sightline to Igomon.
Hello there, good sir. Yes, no, it seems like you met our compatriot, Quentin. You said you enjoy being an inspiring leader. Does that mean I am correct in assuming that you are Igomon?
That is I, Igomon the Ramskull, leader of the armed forces of the Conclave of Stole.
I am Melizog Shava, leader of the Bridge Brigade, which currently could use more members. We're working on that. Eventually.
A cosmic train rumbles and cuts off Melizog's thoughts. The speaker of the dead will make her way around the campfire as well. Orga Crux, a lizard folk, she'll join in the conversation too.
Every new person that comes up behind Eve is just making her jump because it's like every time she turns, there's another. Oh God, okay.
Yeah, Orca Crux would sit down next to Eve and say, "You want to see a magic trick?" And then she'd wiggle her fingers, and the embers in the green flames start taking on the shapes of skeletons that are dancing.
Oh my God, that is possibly. You know, I was terrified when you first walked up to me, but if this is what you've got for magic tricks all night, I want to see it all night.
I can probably show you another magic trick. And she'll snap her fingers and then gesture for you to look down at your hands, and you would see that all of the flesh seems to have disappeared and that they're just bones.
Don't like that magic trick as much. Please fix it. Please put it back.
All right. And she'll snap and it will return. It appears that it was just an illusion. Like if you, there was no difference in sensation. You could still feel like the warmth on the back of your skin.
Can you show me how to do those little dancing guys though?
Yeah. We'll see what we can work out here.
I think seeing that Quentin's gonna get wholly sidetracked and step close to the fire, and he's gonna cast his own light and shadow and add other dancing figures to the mix.
Nice. Orga Crux nods in approval, and the ember skeletons start dancing around the illusions that you're creating. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. You must stay for our dance macabre we'll be holding at the witching hour.
I do believe we will be here during that time. Quentin, do you really think it's good to stay up that late again?
Oh, why not? I feel perfectly fine.
I would love to see the dance macabre at the witching hour.
It will probably be very informational for us.
Listen, I'm not going to pretend I'm not going to be up anyway.
All right. Sorry, still getting used to the random bouts of sporadic emotions that your realm influences on us, so my apologies.
It can be a lot to handle. I came from Ansera myself many years ago.
I think we've only been here for like a week. It is quite... Yes.
Well, I know how most of the people I know deal with their bouts of extreme emotion.
I am not doing any more drugs, you hand me.
What about just plain old booze?
That maybe.
Igomon says, what is that you have there? My Batfolk friend.
So back home, my primary occupation is I'm a brewer, and I usually bring a couple bottles of the good stuff with me, just for celebrate happy purposes.
There's caterpillars too.
I mean, there's some other stuff too. Yeah, the centipedes.
I'm always down to try a new experience. You only have one life, or in the case of many of the followers of Stoll, two. And I would love to experience eating and consuming anything I can before I turn into a skeleton myself.
I'm sure I can find something in the old trunk to share. I will do so. I'll bring out the good stuff.
Amazing. Before Igamon imbibes, he would turn back to Melazog and he would say, yes, on the point of inspiring speeches, I overheard the tail end of your conversation with our backbone, the leader of this establishment, and I will rally my troops and impart upon them the importance of this, as was the case with Epizela. I'm not going to impose all of them moving until we've discussed as a whole conclave and as the three leaders, but at the very least you can expect a rallying cry from me to my troops that follow me.
And as I have said before, I am more than willing to answer questions that they may have. Hopefully we will be able to have this conversation not too long from now, as we are moving across many conclaves in an attempt to gather as large of a force as possible.
Hearing that, Epizela would step to the side and say, "If that's the case, Melazog, may I introduce to you my two friends from the Conclave of Lyra? This is... Why did I do this to myself? This is Amaranthemos and Basalt. They are from the Conclave of Lyra, here on a trading excursion."
Hello, my...
Yeah.
Hello.
The hippo fold goes, "Hello. Would you like some chocolates?"
Oh, I like chocolate.
Chocolate is amazing. And hello and welcome. Have you have not been far from these conversations. Have you overheard me, or do I need to rehearse the speech I have already given yet again?
"Oh yeah, no, we heard you." And then Amaranthemos would say, We did, and that's actually something we've been quite concerned about at Lyra. We're worried that the threat that Nihilor poses is far too great for us to handle on our own. But if there's a roving band of heroic adventurers and questing goats here to save the day, then we certainly would love to ally ourselves with them and offer whatever aid we can in such an endeavor in exchange for protection. We're not the best fighters, but in whatever way we can help, we certainly will.
I mean, there are more to going to war against a large beast than just people who are strong and able to wield the swords themselves. Supplies, refilling stations, points that we can possibly launch our assault. Can I see our map of where the conclaves are again?
Yeah.
Because I just want to double check what I'm about to say before I say it.
Yeah, let's see. So they're from what was going to be your next stop. They were doing some trade with Stoll as you arrived.
Even if any allies that are able to send troops could gather at your conclave and then march toward Nihilor's roost, even that is very, very helpful in this endeavor.
That would set our minds at ease. I'm sure that the rest of Spack at Lyra would be happy to extend the hospitality to our allies as a rallying point, and we are very good craftspeople and traders and brewers. We'd be able to supply healing potions and chocolates, and chocolates. We'd be able to keep everyone well equipped.
I think at this point, Quentin's over there trying to like get a piece of this chocolate. And he's like, "Oh, could I just a little taste? Could I just a little?"
Yeah,
nibble?"
here you go. This one has nougat, and this one has a peanut butter brittle inside it.
Oh, thank you. And yeah, he's gonna take that peanut butter brittle one.
Nice. It's very tasty. It's not like mind-blowing out of this world, but it's a very good chocolate.
This is delicious. Thank you.
He nods. He looks proud of himself.
Oh, God. Okay. I did not expect to be talking to two separate conclaves at one time. But yes, no, that would be amazing just to have you make sure everyone is geared as much as they can be and supplies are readily available and possibly in transportation as, you know, an army, even one that is sent out to attack a single being, does still march on its stomach.
Yeah, they the representatives from the Conclave of Lyra, the two merchants here, they seem really eager to have something meaningful to contribute, given that they're really no one in their conclave is particularly combat oriented, certainly not on the level that they'd be able to say they have like a militia. They might have the odd hero or the odd like hunter who specializes in pelts and tannery and that kind of thing, but they're
I mean, we could use those as well, but
yeah, absolutely. Right.
That's a rough position for a group that lives like right in the middle of everything.
Well, you know, I mean, it's because we are such good craftspeople and we are traders and we're known to be skillful traders. We've been able to stay out of any of the really bad conflicts between any of the other conclaves because they all see us as a neutral third party. There was another merchant who came through a long time ago. He was a shorter fellow, big white beard. He gave us potatoes. He likened us to a far off place called Switzerland.
I will be honest, very few people would want to try and conquer an area that can supply things to their enemies to the degree of which you are almost offering us at the moment. Because if I could only imagine the absolute devastation that a well-armed, well-supplied enemy could do against a invading force, even if that army is not your own.
I think I follow. I believe that our leaders have said some of the same things that you just did. Given that we're on decent terms with everyone, if anyone were to be too belligerent toward us, we'd have many allies to leverage against them.
In essence, yes, that is what I'm saying. I do think we will still need to make a stop in the Conclave of Lyra, just because knowing that your people are open to this form of negotiation is good and is great. I do not wish to leverage your name against a few other conclaves that we hope to eventually attempt to contact without your leader's permission.
Suppose I send a crane paper message to them overnight. I know that they've been very anxious about attacks from Nihilor, given that he flies over our tower frequently. And of late, the elves from Elvendor have assisted in fighting off some of the monsters that are created wherever his saliva falls.
Mhm.
But time for us is of the essence, and if you can get other conclaves to rally around us more quickly, I think that that's in our best interest.
I would definitely need, permission to leverage your name. And then he would look back at,
No, I'm no longer on that. I'm still on the big map.
Oh, sorry.
At Egoman
Leza?
and
Igomon?
Egoman and at the other ones from Stole, and be like, and yours as well, if given the chance.
Epoleza would say, "Oh, you have my full agreement. You have my full endorsement. You can use the name of the Conclave of Stole as eager to stand on the side of respect for the dead. However, how many of our soldiers will join your cause is the matter that is still up for debate, but I will say that your arguments are compelling, and I do not believe that many of the Conclave will be eager to recuse themselves from a chance to face death in one of its most dramatic forms."
Well, because of your eagerness and willingness, if anything happens to me while we're conducting this, you're welcome to have my remains.
That's very generous of you. We do have a very, by the standards of the other conclaves, a very progressive organ donation system. So knowing that is quite welcome. You'll actually, this is delightful. All of you will get to witness the organ donation program at the witching hour tonight for our dance macabre.
Oh, how splendid!
Oh, I really didn't want to stay up that late tonight, but okay.
Well, think about it this way, Melazog. We've basically skipped having to travel to Lyra directly, by the sounds of things, so we can probably afford to sleep in a little bit tomorrow.
Speaking of skipping, we also weren't even gonna be able to go down to Titania. I think I'm saying it right. Quentin's gonna look over at Basalt and, gosh, I can't say the other lady's name.
You and me both. Emeranthinos.
Would either or both of you be willing to head out and see if you can at least rally some of Titania for us?
Basalt nods. It's a ponderous gesture. He goes, yeah, I have a lot of friends, merchants from the Conclave of Titania. Love to see them again and let them know what's going on.
That would be most wonderful. Thank you. I'll for this, I'll learn how to make chocolate someday and share some of my own with you. Yes.
He's not quite sure how to take that, but he decides to just nod.
Just just to clarify, did I hear you say earlier that you had the ability to send magical letters back home?
I have a couple pieces of green paper, yes.
Oh, it's an item for you.
It's an item.
Okay. Well, let me at least this evening we'll spend some time becoming familiar, because I can also do this. And having two people with this capability could be useful.
Quite, yes.
I just need to sort of know the person I'm sending to.
Yeah, on that point, your friend, one of the elf you met first when you came here, Luminalek and Orlon, he would remind you, the elves of Elvendor can communicate with one another and with other elves on this plane through our dreams. So, I am sure that the other elves from the conclave, Elvar Rolandalor Irindil and Galandalor Melishalim have been doing dream communication with the elves from the conclave of Titania as well. So that's certainly in motion.
Does every conclave have an elven contingent to it?
That, I'm ashamed to say that's something I'm not actually sure off the top of my head. I haven't spent this much time with people ever before in my career. I've always been a bit of a loner. And then a flock of goats strummed into my life, and things just haven't been the same.
You're telling me.
I have no meaningful response to that.
The music usually fades into the background for me, but the particular piano riff that went as he said, "My life just hasn't been the same," was on point. Go back and listen to that in post. That was really funny. He nods. He's like, I'll reach out to Galandalor Melashalim and commune with him tonight about the status of his interactions with elves from the other conclaves.
That is wonderful. Thank you very much. I was about to do something else of much less. Yes, no, definitely. Thank you.
Well, Amaranthinos will pen a letter to the leaders of the Conclave of Lyra. After she pins the letter, she folds it up into an origami swan and then tosses it in the air, and it flaps and starts drifting away to the Conclave.
Ooh.
Have you never seen crane paper before?
No. I've seen paper. I've not seen paper do that.
We will have to acquire some when we get back home.
Okay, I really like that. That was really neat.
They sell it by the ream in the Conclave of Lyra.
Okay.
We might have to acquire some before we get back home.
Also, I can just do this with normal paper.
Oh, really? You could make it fold up and do little fancy designs and shapes and stuff?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It's a little more demanding if you don't actually have the paper, but for most things it works fine.
What time is the witching hour, by the way?
Oh, well, it's funny you should ask, because that's a hotly debated topic among various academic circles. In the Conclave of Stoll, we purport that the witching hour is 3 a.m. There are many who say that it is midnight, but their sources are ones that I find more apocryphal.
Okay.
Perhaps I might get some sleep before then, though.
Take a little napsy.
It will be difficult to sleep through it. It's quite loud.
Have you ever tried to sleep? Sorry.
I just heard Riley say, loud enough to wake the dead, perhaps?
Have you ever tried to sleep next to 47 goats It's not quiet.
I suppose there's a first time for everything. Meh.
I don't know if you appreciate this, but to me, you all sound like 47 goats.
That I was gonna say that's almost a little hurtful, Book. That's almost a little hurtful.
You know what I'm getting at.
Yes.
Well, I certainly wouldn't want to stop any of you from getting rest before the witching hour. However, there is a piece of the ritual that I'd like for you to prepare now before you go to sleep, if you may. We have these femurs over here, this pile of femurs, and we have some... She looks around the party and then says, buckets of red paint that you can use. And I would love for each of you to paint with this red paint on the femurs. Think of it as like a campfire activity, right? I want you to paint something that you would like to... This is going to sound harsh to those who are uninitiated. I'd like for you to paint something that you would like to kill in your life. I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about thoughts, ideas, habits, things that are weighing you down, things that are burdening you. Paint them on these femurs with this red paint. And during the witching hour, we will stoke the bonfire again by hurling all of our burdens into the flames.
I really like to paint. This is absolutely, yes, I will do this.
Obviously, I will attempt my best at doing your traditions.
Thank you. She gestures for all of you to come over to the buckets of red paint and the femurs, and I'd like to hear from each of you what thoughts or burdens you're like metaphorically putting to death on these femurs. I also touched base with Jesse before this session and told him about like this and the Dance Macabre to get Alan's reaction. So I've got Alan's response to this that I'll read out after I hear what each of you do.
I really hope he picked the armor.
He didn't. We know better than that.
No.
As we're over the... Go ahead.
Sorry, yeah, a quick like camera pan of each person painting on their own femur. Alan's armor, and then we get to Alan, and it's just like everyone harping on about my armor.
Oh, that would be such a good joke to set up.
Yeah, sorry, though. You were saying.
Oh, I was just gonna go for another bit of looking over at Book as we're doing this, and it's like, it's blood, right? Like, obviously, it's blood.
Wait a second. So I lick the brush. Yes.
Yeah. I figured as much. We probably shouldn't tell Quentin. He might be upset.
I think Quentin's just far enough to be out of like their whisper range, but he sees the licking and he's like, no, don't eat the paint. You don't eat paint. Don't do that.
All right. No, I got my thing.
I think as you're getting ready for it, Duke would be close to Quentin and he'd say, so what do you think of this community?
You mean these people here?
Yeah, I mean, I think that their practices seem... Well, I want to hear your thoughts to see if they match my thoughts, and then I'll tell you my thoughts.
Oh, I mean, they have a really good set of perspectives for themselves. I mean, you cannot avoid death, but it's really good that they don't seek it and force it and take that choice away from others, and they accept it, they embrace it, they are caretakers for it, and that's nice. It's nice. It's a little dark for me to stay around all the time because death. He looks around at all the bones. Death isn't something I always want to see, but no, it's a part of life, and the way they handle it is, it's nice. It's a breath of fresh air compared to other, not other, to cults. Their commune here is, I don't know, it's good.
Yeah, it seems like a really positive version of what Zane was trying to do, but Zane was all about like fear and intimidation and sacrifice of the unwilling. This seems a lot more constructive, even though we're still like painting with blood and using people's bones, and we're going to do a dance macabre.
Did you blood?
Yeah.
So just quickly, I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah.
I am going to quickly sweep over and find something for Duke to come and look at.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Eve would probably try to like give Quentin look. You're doing a great job there, by the way. I love what you've done with I don't know what he was talking about. Also, it's paint. I'm sure it's just paint. That's fine.
Oh.
It's fine.
Okay. Right. Just paint. Okay.
Just paint.
He's gonna stare at it for a long time, but then start painting again.
Melzog is already done with his painting.
Okay, and what is it?
It is a singular red dot, dead in the middle of the bleached white bone,
Okay.
to represent loneliness and not having a connection of understanding.
Nice. What about book?
No, so book specifically was writing in in her community's language, which they brought back from with them from the north, because it is just a simple word, and that word is cowardice.
Beautiful.
Meanwhile, I am going to try and distract the hell out of Duke. Hey, what are you painting on there? It's like,
I hadn't finished yet. I need to get back over and like I just dropped my femur. Let me go.
Here, let's go over here. The light's better next to the.
Okay, I just need my bucket of blood. Okay, all right. Oh, what is Quentin painting?
He's doing a lot of the people symbol that are on his shield. He's drawing a lot of that, painting a lot of that on this bone, but very scattered. And it's pretty much he wants to do away with everyone being so separated, so on their own, and he kind of wants to embrace more community, more fellowship.
Nice. Yeah. We'll get to Eve in a second. I want to express Duke really quick, though. I'd like to get another eavesdropping or perceiving roll from Book. So Duke is doing that thing where he's hunched over his art because he doesn't want you to see, but he's also not shooing you away, so you can still kind of look.
Okay, so so it wouldn't be a hearing perceiving. It would just be a regular perceiving.
It would be a regular perceiving, yeah.
I'll stick with eavesdropping.
Okay. Dang.
Yeah.
Yes, you're just, an eye over the shoulder, and he's writing paragraphs on the femur, so you have to like rotate it to read the whole thing. And it's sloppy and it's cursive, but I mean you got a 33. You're easily able to follow even where he's like missing a word or misspelling just in his rush to get this all like scrawled out on the femur. And his the burden he's putting on the femur is, I feel like I'm not really holding my own weight in the party, and all of my friends around me keep telling me they keep like coddling me like they're trying to shelter me from the hard truths of the world, but they don't realize I've already been in a cult. I've already experienced a lot of really hard things, and I've lost people, and I've had to sacrifice people, and I've done a bunch of really terrible, scary things, and I'm out of it now. And they seem to think that at any moment, if they say or do the wrong thing, that it'll revert me to evil Duke. But I left that person behind a long time ago, and I feel so guilty about how much I'm worrying them. And at this point, he's writing over the same words he had already written. But I feel like I really can contribute a lot to this party. I just want them not to worry about me. But at the same time, the fact that they do worry about me means that they really care. So I guess what I'm letting go of is the need to prove myself to the people that love me.
Would you like a second bone there?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Okay. Listen, I just want to tell you that the reason I pulled you aside was, and Quentin, he's a gentle soul. I didn't want to stress him out with the idea that he was engaging in a blood ritual, benign as it appears to be. You know?
Do you want to become blood siblings?
Not especially. That kind of has some connotations that from back in the day.
Okay.
Oh, hey, you know what? Why don't we just settle on friends? Friends is good. Friends can cover a lot of ground.
Yeah.
I
don't know how much. I know you've been kind of hovering. I'm not sure if you were like reading my bone or anything, but
it sounds so
personal.
filthy.
He has no registration of what you just said or what it could be.
Listen, I don't need to read your bone. God damn, it's even worse when I say it. I don't have to read your bone to get it. To get, the vibe from that you're putting out. I am a bartender. This is kind of what I do.
Yeah.
The magic stuff is entirely secondary. I mean, maybe not entirely, but it's I sense that you're conflicted. And you don't need to. I know that's not going to help. But sooner or later you will understand that you are fitting in here exactly the way that you need to. And if you want more responsibility or less, or even if it's like it gets to the point where you go, I don't feel like I need to be in this one, You are a free person, and we all respect your decisions. I know that they might feel a little bit like they're overly possessive, but that's just because they care. Does that help?
It takes good friends to care.
Hmm?
Thank you, Book.
Now, let's go and let's go and get that bone ready for the fire. Oh God!
What is Eve writing?
I think Eve should have actually like drawn this design that looks pretty innocuous. It's just sort of like little, like a mirrored sort of like pretty loop-de-loop sort of thing with little like flowers and leaves around it. And while to everybody else, it just kind of looks like she's just like doodling on this thing in blood. To her mind, it is actually the same markings and like decorative painting that was above her childhood home door on the outside, and it was the last thing she saw as she was being basically taken away from her home. So that she's trying to not let those memories be such a burden and a hindrance on her.
And now I'm going to share what Jesse gave me. It's pretty awesome. I was expecting like a couple sentences to roleplay, and he gave me a short story, so buckle up. You try to get in Jesse's Alan voice. Alan, I'm Alan. Hey, Blue, let's go, Blue. All right. Alan takes one of those pieces of wood or one of those femurs and steps away from the firelight to find a quiet place and think about what he wants to paint on it. For a long moment, he sits very still, contemplating all the things that have led him to this place, choices he's made, the price he's paid, the lives lost, sacrificed, and for what? What has he gained? Just more scars, like he ain't got enough of those already. After a while, he makes up his mind and he shifts his weight, leaning into his armor. The cursed lamellar plates bite down in response, as they always do. A reminder of its price of blood. As the blood trickles between the plates, he dips a claw in that blood, not the paint buckets, and sets it to the femur. He begins scratching a bloody image across the bone. A broad, braced figure takes shape, himself pushing up against a looming form that suggests a dragon or some kind of monster, but it's also every burden he's ever shouldered, every adversity he's ever faced. Behind himself, he marks the shapes of his companions, not in great detail, just present and sheltered in the space he holds. Beneath it all, he makes a large smear down the board, forming a river of blood flowing down from the central figure. On one side of that river, he marks quiet stones, grave markers, and headstones of the ones he couldn't save, and on the other, the rough shapes of skulls and bones, the ones he had to stop, the bodies he left rotten in the sun behind him. See, this is how he views himself, standing on the front line, shedding his own blood so that his friends never have to lose a drop. He has shed a river of blood and will continue to do so as long as it's required, so long as in so doing he can continue to protect his people, his new pack, the family that he found. But the bodies are starting to pile up, both the ones he's caused and the ones he couldn't prevent. They're starting to weigh heavy on his mind and make him wonder if it's ever going to be enough. Is he strong enough? Can he spill enough blood from himself or from his enemies to keep everyone safe? Will Alan be enough? He's tired of losing people and not going with them. When he's finished, he rises slowly. The bone hangs loosely from his hand as he walks back towards the fire. He doesn't look at the painting again, and he doesn't hesitate. He tosses the bone into the flames with weary motion of a man ending a long day's work. Then he turns away before the fire can finish its task. He doesn't need to see it burn. Doesn't care if there's any interpretation or feeling of meaning or release. He doesn't even linger to see if the smoke so much as changes color. He just walks away toward the nearest drink, shoulders loosening as he goes. Not because the burden is gone, but because tonight he's setting it down for a while. He'll pick it up again tomorrow, like he always does. Because that's just who he is. You would all
didn't have caught like a glimpse of Alan's bones as it expired.
So you would all gather bits and pieces of that. Quentin, yeah, go ahead and give me an empathy check.
Okay.
And each of you get at least the body language from Alan, if nothing else.
30.
Yeah, Quentin, I think you see more of it as similar to the interaction we had with Duke and Book. Alan would recognize that you're coming over and not necessarily try to physically like show you like, look, this is what I'm drawing, but also not prevent you from seeing it. So Quentin's able to see that and interpret with a 30, interpret pretty much exactly what Alan is feeling.
I think watching what Alan's painted with and the slips of other people, Quentin's going to put together and start looking back at the bucket he used.
So all of the femurs are ready. Each of you who want to are able to rest for a time. Mechanically, we'll go ahead and call it taking a rest. And just before 3 a.m., you are all awakened to join in the dance macabre. Let me do something fun here real quick.
Oh, that is fancy.
Spooky.
Spoopy.
Get them goats around there.
I like the fact that the goats apparently have a seat at this event.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah, I mean,
important.
they're the goat.
You're good, you.
Had to get one in every month.
You know.
Use my quota. Yeah.
I wonder if the seating order has any significance.
Not really, no, because as the dance macabre begins, you would see Epileza and Igamon and Orga Crux starting to lead the process, and they gesture for everyone to rise and then start slowly moving about in a circle, counterclockwise around the fire as the burden femurs are being immolated in this flame. They start moving a little bit faster to the point where it's like it's like a simple jig. Like your heart rate is up, you're starting to sweat a little bit, but it's not like you're not going to be able to keep up. And they start clapping and stamping their feet, and it's very like I'm not gonna sing it more than like a line of it because copyright, but it's spooky, scary skeletons, right? Like you're going around the fire, and it's that energy the whole time. And you would see as this dance is going, occasionally the circle breaks, and some of the skeletons would bring forth the bodies of the very elderly or the very sickly or those who fell in combat recently, and lay them in the middle of the circle next to the fire as the dance continues. And as the dance continues to pick up fervor, ritualistically the skin peels back and the muscle and the organs slough off, and they're collected in trays and jars and everything for later use, right? Generous organ donation program. And after a couple more choruses and a bridge and another verse, the now bare and clean skeletons of these fallen individuals slowly shamble up and start joining in the dance. Then anyone who would want to would be able to look over at the organ donation pile, and they would see some medics that are performing operations on those who are injured but could easily recover. They just need, that extra working kidney or whatever from the donor who just got skelefied.
I think Melizog is writing about as fast as he can. He might be writing with two hands just to keep up with everything.
Yeah.
I think Quentin, at a certain point, like, just taking all this in and then seeing the injured would break away and see if he could go give medical aid or assist in that.
Yeah, for sure. The medics welcome you in, and you can see they've done some kind of numbing spell around any area that they're operating on. So the person is conscious but can't feel it, and it's just most of the people are choosing to look away and not see the open surgery that's taking place on them. But regardless, your ability to do divine healing goes a long way in speeding their recovery. So when the surgeons see what you can do, they start directing you as to like basically triage and heal the ones that would take a long time to heal naturally, just so that you can close up that wound and make that process really easy.
Okay.
I think Book is taking exactly the sort of the opposite approach to Melizog, whereas Melizog wants to sort of catalog all of this for the future. I think Book's perspective is, if you're doing the ritual, be in the ritual and just let everything go to be part of it. We can parse out what everything means later.
That seems to be where Duke is at. Duke is just having the time of his life.
That's not cause for concern, but okay.
Also, I'm just generally assuming that the dancing is very much similar to goth nightclub dancing from the late 90s, where everyone appears to be holding an invisible apple that they're moving around.
Notes from Jesse on this as well. Alan is also fully participating in this ritual, and as the dance continues, his rat of unusual size flail loses all of its organs as well. Those organs get shuffled off to donation, and the rat of unusual size skeleton starts dancing hand in hand with Alan.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. How about Eve?
Ooh, Eve is, I think, very much in the same mindset as like Book, where it's like we're doing this thing, and I think this ritual as a whole very much intrigues her because of her past experience with cults. She's very intrigued by the like idea of like, okay, this maybe is not so bad. Maybe they've got the right idea. And so she's trying to like give a good honest effort to what they are doing and participating in it. I think she might be a little bit sussy of the fact that there are goings on the outside of the circle. So she's really just trying to just focusing in on what we're doing right here, right now with our little dancey dance.
Yeah. And as the dance winds down, the individuals from the Conclave of Stole will eventually walk or shamble or clatter back to their respective tents and bone structure buildings. But the leader, Apoleza, she'd stick around and would want to know if any of you had questions about what they did. She's like, I do recognize that our behaviors may seem strange to some. Our friends Emeranthinos and Basalt have been parts of these before, so they knew what to expect, but I know it can be a lot to newcomers.
I have so many questions for you. I do not know if right now is the right time to talk about the logistics of this ritual. Like, I have the ability to slough off skin and organs. However, when I do it, they rot away in its entirety, not just still be usable for transplant. So I'm curious on how you do that. I'm curious on how many mages you have doing, like, it is super technical questions that he comes out with. Okay. He has already said, like, this might not be the best time for this conversation, but you asked if I had questions.
Yeah, she'd direct you to Orgacrux, the lizard folk, like, shaman, who would talk you through some of the more technical aspects. To answer on, like, a meta gameplay level a little bit, there are specific occult spells and rituals that I took and modified, given that it's, like, a coven cast as opposed to a single one. So I bent the rules a little bit, given that it's a whole, like, dance. But yeah,
right, no, like, it was just one of those, like, Melizog having a spell that will do something similar but is different makes him want to really know, like, where's the difference at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the community. It's in the specific dance shared by a number of people. The dance macabre does the sloughing off ritual, but also preserves them. But and that's just through the synchronicity of the movements.
Do you fully believe it's the synchronicity of the movements, or is it the intent behind it?
Well, that's a question that borders on both the philosophical and the religious. Myself, I believe that intent matters a great deal. I believe that intent is very important for how you live your life and how you approach your death, so that when you are on your deathbed, you do not fear it, because you know that your life has been lived well. And moreover, that all of your organs and sinew and even your skeleton itself will go on to serve your community.
I mildly disagree with you about it being philosophical or religious, as there are thousands upon thousands of examples of magic and intent being intertwined. Because even something as simple as the spell that allows people to clean, I have seen that used with the intent of returning dust in its proper place on an item.
Fascinating. Tell me more about this.
And they will...
this is the conversation.
Yeah. Any other questions, concerns, or considerations about cult activity from the class?
It's funny you should say class. I think that this was a situation that normally would get a lot of inquiry from book, but I think there's also a lot of this just kind of reminds her of college.
Nice. Yeah.
Because let's be honest, she totally was running with the Goths.
Yeah.
For once, she's just having a night for her own self, and probably hanging out with anyone who wants to share her brews.
Yeah. Agumon is fully tranced out on centipedes at this point, but he'd love to have some of your brews.
Melazog probably went over and was like, "Can I have a drink and can I bring one back over for him?" To go right back to the conversation at least once.
Yeah.
I think for the most part, Quentin is just like wallowing in this moment. Not wallowing, but just existing in this moment. The fact that they're using all of somebody who's lived a full life and come to pass, and now they're using the remains for the community is just so touching to him. Like yes, he realizes how dark this can be, but he feels like that if there was any proper use for this thing, he's found it.
I do apologize, Dan. Jesse distracted me in text. Was there any like ask or follow up there, or was it just sort of
I
existing?
think much later, once everything calms down, and because he's probably looked and seen how Duke is doing and all this, and seen how in tune and happy Duke is, and I think that he's like teared up both because of how touching all of this is to him, that how these people are being healed from their past loved ones or community members, and then the fact that he's just not seen this level from Duke maybe ever, maybe once or twice at most, the whole time Duke was with him. So I think hours later, like once things have calmed down and people are going back their huts and tents and bone structures, I think Quentin will make his way over to Duke.
So that was something, wasn't it?
That was amazing.
Oh, look, clearly there's people here that we are going to still need to talk into helping us out in the coming battle against Nihilor. And we've got lots of stops to do, so we can't really linger here for long on that task. And I can't help but notice how smiley and happy you are right now. Would you want to stay here for a while and be with these people and learn from them and help talk more of them into helping us, and then come catch back up to us when we go to fight Nihilor?
That's a generous offer, Quentin, but no, I feel like my place is with you. I'm gonna be honest. This goes a little bit to what I wrote on the femur that we threw in the fire. I feel like you worry a little bit too much about me. Like you try to shelter me a little too much. I really want to continue to help the party as much any way that I can.
Okay.
I do really like this place though, and I hope our paths cross with them again. I feel like they understand how fun a cult can be without doing any of the evil things that cults often do.
I see. Okay. No, I mean, it's your choice. It's been a long time since I've seen you so happy, and I can't help but worry. I worry about a lot of people, and it's just what I do. I want to see people happy, as happy as they can be. Not just you, just everybody, you know?
Yeah, well, thank you. And maybe there will be a time when that's when I feel like I might serve the greater quest best with the conclave or other activity like it. But I no, for now I as long as you'll have me, I think my place is at your side.
Oh, absolutely. Of course, we would love to have you. I'm glad. I didn't want you to stay, but I saw how happy you were. But I like having you around. You're a dear friend, Duke.
Thanks, Quentin.
And I think with that, at some point, Quentin will break away and go off to himself and continue working on his project that he's started.
Yes. Do you want to go ahead and give me a couple more rolls for that?
Okay, yeah. So that was 1 wood carving and 1 engineering roll?
Correct. Yep. And then the average of the two.
Okay.
Um, 27 and 24 average would be 20. Oh my goodness, math.
25.5.
Thank you. Yeah, 26. Round up. Perfect. I don't know if you're keeping record down, but that puts you at 58 total.
Okay. Halfway there.
Yeah. As morning comes, and you see all of these new skeletons that were formerly people that were either recently deceased or on death's door, they're meandering about. They're really enjoying their new skeletal existence, walking up and like saying hi to all of their old friends in their new bodies. Duke is just eating it up and having a great time with them. But after breakfast, a origami crane would flutter down to Amaranthinos, who would unfold it. She'd read it and she'd say, yes, the leaders from the conclave of Lyra are eager to work with you. Everything that Basalt and I laid out are more or less what they said as well. So you can use our name in any further recruiting that you're trying to do.
Well, I appreciate the fact that you reached out to them to settle my mind and make sure it was a true thing. I do appreciate that.
Of course, yeah, we will begin preparing for a large gathering of the conclaves at Lyra.
All right. I'm not sure all of the conclaves are going to gather there, or just the ones where it will make sense for them to gather here. So we will also need like wagons of supplies for the rest of them as well. But
very good. We will see to it.
Thank you.
And I'll look forward to seeing all of my friends at the conclave of Titania and selling them my chocolates and getting them to join the battle against Nihilor the Dread Wyrm as well.
I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Before we part ways, can I have one more piece of chocolate?
Oh yeah, do you want the peanut butter brittle one again, or do you want to try one with nougat? I've also, this one has caramel and cashew.
Oh, you surprised me. I'll close my eyes, just give me one.
This one blows your mind. I'm gonna throw this out there. If it's completely out of character, bat it down. But it's a new flavor that Quentin hasn't experienced before, and it is a fantasy brand almond joy. The coconut, the almond. It's not normal for the like Scandinavian palate, right? So it's very fresh and new.
Yeah, Quentin's in a dream right now.
Nice. Yeah, and so the various parties will begin to disperse. We've got some representatives from Lyra headed down to the Conclave of Titania. Nanak and Samson and Blaze and some of your other friends from Arling are headed down to Zanir. And with Stoll on your side, it seems to me that the next move would be to set out for Wolven.
Yeah.
I believe that is the intent.
All right. Well, we'll see how that goes next month. Thank you all so much for joining us for MythCraft Legends. Thank you all to our players, to Dan and Corey and you've got something?
Nope, just waving to the folks.
Oh, okay, sorry. To Dan and Corey and Blair, and to Jesse for phoning in, and thank you, Maggie, for being our rotating MythCraft podcast cast member. We will also, of course, thank you all to the audience for hanging out with us for this whole time. We'll see you all next month. Later, everyone.
Later.